Welcome to my kitchen. Hi everyone. Well, thanks to my mother-in-law, this recipe makes any Easter dinner complete. Pineapple bread. Super easy and super cheap. It goes well with your ham dinner or makes a perfect dessert. Some vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, some fruit. You've got something really special. It even makes a great breakfast for a special treat. The ingredients are as basic can be. Nothing fancy is needed for this. Plain white bread works best. Sugar, butter, eggs, pineapple, a dash of vanilla, and a little touch of nutmeg, which is my little trick. Give it a good mix and you're good to go. Bakes for about an hour, depending on what pan you use. Comes together super fast with just a whisk. A perfect job for the kids to do. Let's get them involved in the celebration too. We start with the sugar in a big bowl. I microwave the butter to get it melted. If you cut the butter up, it helps melt it a little bit faster. And put the paper on top of the cup so it doesn't make a mess. While that's happening, I used a rasp to do just a few swipes of some nutmeg. Just a little bit. It adds a nice warmth. It ends up to be about 1/8 of a teaspoon worth. Not much at all. The nutmeg goes great with the pineapple. Then when your butter is melted, add the butter and mix it until everything is well combined. Next, add the vanilla and give it one more little stir. Next, the eggs, one at a time. This is the biggest rule you need to follow for this. It's important because it helps the eggs get evenly incorporated and completely incorporated. Don't try to cheat this one. I did, and it didn't turn out as light. After the eggs are mixed in really well, we can move on to the pineapple. Now, you might think to use fresh pineapple, but that doesn't work well here. I know, but fresh pineapple doesn't have the right consistency. It's a little bit too solid. The canned pineapple is softer and has a lot more juice. Truthfully, this recipe is more like a bread pudding than an actual bread. The whole can goes in with all the juice. It may look like too much liquid, but you need it all. Stir in the pineapple and make sure that everything is evenly distributed. Next, the bread. And this is another one of those ingredients that cheaper is better. If you have the larger slice bread, then you can use just 9 slices instead of 10. But if it's the smaller, 10. No more, no less. And if the bread is just a little bit stale, that works even better. You don't want it too soft. You want to slice it up to evenly sized pieces and add it to the bowl on top of the liquid. After it's all cut up, gently fold the bread into the liquid. Take your time. You want the bread to absorb the liquid and the pineapple pieces get evenly distributed. Let's turn the oven on and set it at 350 degrees. Once that's done, we can get our pan ready. I used a large loaf pan. It's 5.5 by 9.5 inches. I have made this in a round deep dish casserole before too. This does not rise. It will puff up a little bit while it's cooking, but as soon as you take it out, it does drop back down. I like to grease my pan with shortening. If you use cooking spray, that's fine too. I've learned to put my baking dishes on a tray, just to be safe. It's a lot easier to clean up the tray than it is to clean up the oven. The loaf pans cook for about 50 to 60 minutes. If your dish is not so deep, then you'd probably want to start out with about 45 minutes and then check it as it goes along. When it's done, your tester should come out clean. The loaf should have a nice golden brown color and should be very soft. This is good to serve warm or room temperature. It's such a great accent to your ham and really does make a perfect dessert. And if there's any leftovers, you can store them in the fridge. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this recipe and I hope you give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For a complete copy of the full recipe, you can go check out my Patreon page.